What's cracking, everybody? As you can tell, I got the sun behind me here, so I'm trying to keep the camera in an area where it's not going to blind you guys and just look like total crap, other than the guy that you're watching here. Anyway, today we got the DJI out, finally going to test this thing out here. And keep in mind, I've flown several drones. Started off on, I think a Pro Mark was my first one. Flew that quite a lot. It was a decent little drone. Then I tried a Hollystone. I can't remember what the numbers were. I've flown a lot of them. And then I recently did a review on a Lulun. That was more of a toy grade thing. There was a couple that I had from, it was AliExpress or Banggood, one of the two. One of them I actually sent back to them because it was complete garbage. It did the toilet bowl thing, and then it took off, and it was just garbage. I can't remember the other ones I've had. One of the best ones that I've had, a little mini one, was the Tillo. That damn thing, I still have one to this day, but the motors are screwed up in it, and I found the motors to buy, and when they sent them to me, all the documentation is not there, so I don't know which motor's which. And I will eventually figure it out, but right now I don't care right now. I've got too much other stuff to do anyway. Okay, so we are now talking from the Osmo 4, and is mounted on my head. So I'm not going to use excuse me, I'm not going to use my mic set here. We don't have very much wind out today, so I think I'll be okay. So this is my drone itself, the DJI Fly, or 4K, whatever. I'm getting all screwed up. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing set up. Get your little stick controls out and put them on. Kind of cool, but also kind of silly at the same time. Okay, so what we're going to do, guys, because I'm a dumbass and forgot my other cables because I didn't think I was going to need them, we're going to have to use this long cable here for the controller, which is fine. Go ahead and plug that bad boy in, and we'll get our phone set up down here. Maybe. Okay, I knew it'd come out more. Bear with me, guys. I've never used this before. It's gonna take me a minute. And of course, everything's brand new, so it's stiff. Okay, so there's that. Let's get the drone out. Take off the crap. And we need to get out a battery. All these are charged. I just did all that last night, actually. Pop the battery in there. And now we're going to go to our DJI Fly connection guide, Mini 4K. We'll go ahead and sit this inside the truck bed. Okay, so what we're going to do now is so the remote is on. We'll do the same thing on the bottom of the drone. So you hear it arm. And I got to take the gimbal thing off. Hopefully it doesn't ding me on that one. There we go. Fly with caution, no SD card inserted. Oh yeah, I forgot to put the SD card in there. Well, everything will have to be on the Osmo here, so yeah, we're definitely not going to get much going on there. Compass, normal. So let's calibrate that. Unfold aircraft arms, keep clear of metal objects. Okay, start. Rotate 360 degrees. So we're just going to simply turn around. Okay, and then it wants you to hold it up like this. It's either up or down, I don't know which one. Calibration successful. Alright, so let's go ahead and make this our takeoff and landing. Set them on the ground there. Take off. How many satellites we got? We only got 7 satellites. There's no signal. Wow, that kind of stinks. Take off with caution. Wonder what that's all about.
Take off.
Okay, so there she is hovering right there. Oh wow, guys. Okay, so I got another satellite, so now that actually makes it better for me. But look at this here, guys. That is an incredibly stable hover. I mean, look at that. I'm standing right here behind that little square there, and I got a little bit of wind going there, and you can see it's still holding out. Look at the wind on the trees. Look at how stable that is. That is way more stable than the Hubsan ever was. That is pretty cool. So I'm going to do a screen record on my actual phone here, since I can't do the since I can't record other ways. We'll just do a screen recorder. No sound. Start recording. Okay. Because I want you guys to see what this is all about. Now I'm going to take it up a little bit, and we'll go over here to basically lows. So we'll go up to 100 feet, let's say. Well, let's try right there, 78, that looks pretty good. Plus I got some birds and stuff over here, they're kind of giving me a little fit already. We'll roll over this way. And I do need to drop the gimbal, I know. So let me figure out how to do that. There we go. Went the wrong way with it to begin with. Turn over this way. This should be lows over here. Here we go. You got lows and you got Goodwill. And then right behind it is going to be the graveyard. So let's go here. Kind of get you a peek of that. So this is the graveyard over here. Pretty decent sized graveyard. And then this is the road that I came in on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly down just a little ways that way on the other side of Lowe's, just to kind of see, you know, stretch its legs a little bit, basically is all I'm trying to do. Now I got this in cinematic mode, so I don't have anything major going on with it. I'm not trying to be sporty with it or any of that jazz. So again, I'm trying to stay out of the sun over here. So you see where the drone is at over there. Hopefully you guys can see that on the Osmo. I'm going to try to put everything together that makes sense. But basically that's where the drone is at, and the hover position is absolutely amazing. I'm looking at the screen here, and I'll put this up here as well. Very stable, guys. Very, very stable. I really like this. So what I'm going to do is I want to do a return to home. So I want to figure out how to do that. There we go. I'll hit return to home. Return to home. Okay, you got to hold it. I didn't know that. So we'll see what she does here. I may have to take it over if it starts getting silly. See, it's going to go way up to, I think, I don't know, 100 feet or something. I don't know what it goes up to. 200 feet, maybe? That's going pretty high. Okay, I don't want it to go that high. Let's come on down. That's a little too high for my comfort. Yeah, because it's way up there now.
Landing.
It is right above me too, guys. Try to get out of the way here where I can show you. Okay. And we're going to let it land on its own now. I took control of it for a little bit here because I didn't have everything set properly and it was going way up in the air and I didn't want all that to happen. Okay. Okay. Now, just to show you kind of like where everything's at, there's that little square that I was trying to kind of stay up on, and it literally landed like a foot away from where I took off. That's actually really, really good. So on the drone itself, I still have, I think it's the drone battery, 74%. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is because it's got a battery indicator on the actual remote itself. That is super cool, guys. Super stable flight, and it actually got up to like, I don't know, 300 or 400 feet, which I didn't want it to go that high. I don't have this one registered here, so you're only allowed to go 400 feet. So that's another reason why I took it over. I didn't want somebody to see it and be like, oh, that's crazy, da-da-da. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and end that one right there, the screen recording. We'll go ahead and grab the drone here, take a look at it, because I just want to kind of see things, man. I'm just one of those guys that want to kind of check everything out. So after this thing had its flight, let's check it out here. It's a little warm. Whoops, did I turn it off right? Okay, I believe that's off. No sign of damage anywhere. It's not too warm. Motors aren't too warm. Oh, and before I did anything, guys, I forgot to mention this. I'm kind of terrible at this. I'm just used to kind of doing my own thing. All your screws on everything that you buy, I don't care what it is, DJI, you could buy an Arma, you know, or a Red Cat or whatever the hell you're buying. Always make sure you check that stuff, because out of a factory, they can make mistakes, and it's, you know, it might even be an honest mistake, but they can still make mistakes. So just double check your stuff, especially when you're spending the kind of money that you are on things like this. You definitely want to make sure that everything is copacetic. You don't want to get up in the air and figure out, oh shit, I didn't, you know, check my whatever, my blades or whatever, and now they're falling off, or you know, whatever happened. You know, oh, my drone is crashing now because I didn't check or whatever. Yeah, don't be that guy. If you crash, let it be for a legitimate reason, like, oh man, I screwed up, or bird got me, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Don't let it be for, you know, your own negligence. That's kind of silly. Now I say that, but then, you know, I've done stupid things myself too, so, you know, stuff does happen, guys. I mean, just try to be as diligent as you possibly can. That way you protect your own investment. Super cool drone, guys. I really like this. It's small, but man, that thing packs a hell of a wallop. So we're going to go ahead and unplug our cable here because this isn't even the right cable. I do have one at the house for it. Go ahead and turn that off. I do have one at the house for it, but obviously I did not bring that one. I didn't think that I needed that one because my whole plan was originally to use the iPhone 5 on this. Well, I left the iPhone 5 in the case for the Hubsan, so I just didn't think about it, honestly. So eventually we will be using that, but in the meantime, this is what we got. This is what we used, and I left this cord in there because that's the one I was planning on using. Now it does have several other cords, and maybe it's a good idea to just kind of throw them in there just in case, because you know, sometimes I just grab stuff and go, which is like today. You know, I didn't really even expect to have any time, and kind of popped up with a little bit of time before work here, so I thought it was a super cool idea, and I got enough time to actually run before I actually head, you know, on my journey down to Kentucky. That's where I work. So it worked out for me, but you know, I might want to make sure I carry that stuff just in case, for the odd reason that I take out that other power block. So yeah, man, very successful flight. I'm very happy. The drone did very well, and we'll see you in the car. All right, so kind of as a little bit of an overview, very happy with the drone, guys. This thing's amazing. I'm kind of glad I got the one that I did. The Mini 2 SE or whatever only has a 2.7K camera on it. This image looks incredibly crystal clear. I apologize for this first one here, not putting the SD card in there. I had it setting out. It was ready to rock and roll. I just forgot. That's the point of me grabbing stuff before work and everything. I just, you know, kind of got in a hurry because I figured, you know, oh, I got time to do this real quick, so let's go ahead and check it out. I've been dying to check this thing out. I've been working a lot, and it's been raining, super hot, and I want the conditions to be more favorable for me in case something happens. So I wanted an ideal position, which an ideal situation. So that's why I wanted to come here today, close to a graveyard. Hardly anybody, you know, you've seen some one of workers or whatever drive up there, but that's pretty rare. And then Lowe's, you know, Lowe's is pretty far back in the distance. Nobody's at Goodwill yet, so you know, I'm kind of in a cul-de-sac, and it worked out really good. So I'm pretty happy. I spent about 45 minutes flying, off and on here. So as you've seen in the screen recording, yeah, it's pretty cool. I can't wait to get the actual SD card in there and see what the camera is like, because that was a big draw for me. I wanted to see how good the 4K 30 frames was. But you know, I forgot it. It is what it is. Guys, what do you think? I am super stoked. I'm super impressed already, and I haven't really even stretched this thing's legs out yet. So the pre-flight stuff was my fault. I should have checked everything that I needed. You know, whatever is what it is. We'll do better next time. I'm going to get this thing back out, you know, from time to time. I'll try to make a few videos here and there. If I got enough footage, we'll do a whole video. If not, maybe we'll do a short or something. I don't know. We'll figure all that stuff out later. But I am already super impressed with this. This is going to make all the little cinematic shots and stuff I do for my other channel so much easier. This thing is really easy to fly. It's very lightweight, but surprisingly incredibly stable, which is going to make our cinematic shots really amazing. So I'm pretty happy about that. So thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. If you haven't, like, subscribe, hit the bell. You know, try to grow this channel as much as we can this year. So let's get right on it.